One of the most significant contributors to a successful presentation of the color guard program is staging. How, where, and when you place an equipment or body statement and how you connect those moments marks the difference between the designer whose presentations are merely functional and the designer who creates and composes a seamless, evolving story that paces the effects through time. So many young instructors, having recently been marching members, have an inherent understanding of body and equipment, but how that body and equipment relates through space and time through the act of staging is something that's a mystery to many young instructors. In this video, we'll be illustrating some of the most common areas of concern. The points we'll make are intended to provide you with options as you create and compose your show. Firstly, geometric or formal design.
Geometric or formal design.
Geometric or formal design involves the use of shapes and forms that change and evolve from one picture to another. The use of these formal shapes and settings creates a familiarity that's pleasing to the eye of the viewer. The flow and evolution of these changing shapes provide the designer with variety within the composing process. Because these clear forms resonate with the audience, the use of strong shape for the impact or resolution moment with any equipment or body statement can enhance its effectiveness, especially when used in combination with freeform or informal staging. Freeform or informal staging covers several options. Some think of this as scatter placement. Some use it as textural choices. Some designers use it as a means of transitioning from one set to another. The most informed designers recognize it as an effective means of offering variety and contrast to the strong forms found in geometric or formal presentations. Always ask yourself why, how, and where you use this option. It will present the equipment or body moments in a very different way. The strength of these moments will be influenced by how open or close the spatial relationship is within this option.
Presentational staging.
Presentational staging is a choice where the primary purpose is to showcase an equipment or dance phrase. In and of itself, this type of staging offers the most obvious method to display skills. However, because this presentational option is so commonly used as a default mode, unless it's woven into the broader composition with good development, it becomes functional and doesn't offer the opportunity to enhance the total composition. It risks looking choppy and lacking in motivation or flow from idea to idea. It also risks looking like random acts of color guard. Within your staging options, if you place your students in groupings of 2, 3, or 4, it will offer you a variety in the look of the design and will absolutely dictate a different approach to the equipment layering. This contrast can offer a sense of variety, sometimes without actually having to restage to another event. This can be a quick fix when events start to feel too similar. It will force you to write in a closer kinesphere and will suggest dimensionality, using the lower space as well as the typical space where big equipment moves function easily. The purpose in considering this option is to provide variety and interest both in staging and in choreographic choice for both equipment and body.
The big hit.
Changing space for emphasis and effect. Every guard calls upon that big filled form for the big flag statement. It's important to know how to manipulate the development and ultimate resolution of this particular set. Most people establish a set interval in distance to allow for manipulation of the equipment. However, that major concept can be enhanced significantly by altering the space. Of course, this would dictate a shift in the equipment writing. Other ways to maintain interest in this archetypical setting is to deal with interchanges such as segmental rotations. Motion is a successful tool to keep the eye engaged and the interest level high.
Transitions and developments. The way you connect.
How How you connect each idea is key to creating a seamless whole. Remember that the transition that is designed can be far more successful than the transition that is merely functional. While the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, it isn't always the most effective or interesting.
Not wrong, but not interesting.
Try to create developmental moments that carry the eye to the next event without declining in the quality of the design. Some tricks, like staggering departures and arrivals, not only help turn a transition into a development, but can also help shift personnel around when talent or maturity becomes an issue. The biggest challenge here is equipment changes. Making sure you choreograph these equipment changes is your first step to making them more interesting and attended to. With all transitions, plan your resolution to a phrase with that developmental responsibility in mind, so that it flows seamlessly to the next change in equipment or the next planned event.
Composing. Putting it all together.
How you combine all of the options available to you, how you plan each event through time, and how you deal with the placement and interrelationship between all of the elements of your design will reward you with a more interesting and diverse program. As you create your composition, fortify yourself with a good understanding of the elements of design: line, shape, dimension, balance, space, both positive and negative, emphasis, symmetry, and asymmetry. Consider the staging options we've covered and aim for an interesting, diverse, and varied approach to your design. One of the most significant elements in our composing process is motion. Be mindful of the method, speed, and direction you employ as your show evolves. Motion is the element that changes us from static design to kinetic design. Don't forget to consult the WGI manual for more information on this process.
Stages.